Good evening and welcome to the 2015 Dr. John W. Harris Teacher of the Year Award reception. It is wonderful to be here with a room filled with dedicated educators and their guests. You know, this award and this evening would absolutely not be possible without our dear friend and very special partner, Bruce Eide from Vern Eide Motor Cars. And at this time, we'd like Bruce to stand up and be recognized. Whatever he's up to, this is not on the script.
Dr. Holman, welcome. How are you tonight?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's so nice to see you.
I'm a little
How
concerned.
have you been?
I am just wonderful.
Well, that's great. You have many wonderful friends and colleagues and acquaintances all here tonight to celebrate the Teacher of the Year, right?
That's right.
But you're not going to be around for long.
I'm old.
How long have you and I been doing this together?
We have been doing this for 11 years, Bruce.
It's 11 years. You're a youngster. You're young. I've been doing this a long time. Dr. Holman is going to retire at the end of this year. I'd like everyone to stand and give Dr. Holman a round of applause and thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for that recognition. Our theme for this celebration is captured in a very short quote, and the quote is, "In the race of excellence, there is no finish line." And tonight we are here to honor 36 teachers who have entered that race of excellence, and day in and day out, keep pressing forward to do what they do best to help each student succeed. Our nominees and our finalists that are here with us this evening, for them there is no finish line because each day they continue themselves to be lifelong learners, always striving to improve their own knowledge so they can reach more students. Our nominees and finalists truly lift up the students who struggle. They inspire them to all believe in themselves and do things that some would think would be impossible. And they touch their hearts with their nurturing ways. Our nominees and finalists this evening make lifelong impressions on their colleagues, students, and parents that leave them grateful beyond words. And before we go in to the stories of our nominees and our finalists this evening, I'd like us to recognize and acknowledge the fine Lincoln High School Jazz Band under the direction, I was going to say under the conductor, Dan Carlson. As we begin the evening, we get to start with our dessert. And it is up here on display for you to go down both sides of the table, I believe, to expedite the process and enjoy coffee, fellowship, and dessert at your tables. In a short time, we'll be back together again and go forward with the program. round of applause for the Lincoln High School Jazz Band. Fabulous. I'd like to direct your attention to the centerpieces that are on your tables this evening. The apples and other materials were purchased with a donation from the Sioux Falls Public Schools Education Foundation. And once our celebration is complete, the apples will be donated to the banquet or the food pantry to be distributed, as we know so many children go home with hunger in their tummies. I also want to offer sincere thanks to our Education Foundation for their tireless work to secure businesses and sponsorships that go directly to supporting our teachers and our students in the classroom. They fund innovative projects and innovative grants for our teachers. And believe it or not, since 2008, nearly $213,000 has been awarded to the public school teachers to benefit the Sioux Falls School District's children. And that is because of the work of our Education Foundation. And in addition to that amount, we'll call them zero experience teacher, every very first year teacher that comes out of the classroom in college into our school district, hired in the last 3 years, has received a $100 stipend from the foundation to purchase supplies for their classrooms. And so at your table, there's additional information laying there. If you're ever interested, I would encourage you to learn more about that mission to support our teachers and support our foundation when possible. I would also like to thank SFEA and Pam Obrimt and her crew that helped this evening and provided these beautiful corsages and boutonnieres to each of the nominees and for the guests that are here. I'd like to thank Ben's behind the camera, and Jeff Schumacher for their endless work and dedication to filming the reception. They contributed their talents in creating the videos you'll see in a short time. In addition, portions of tonight's program, along with the finalist interview and the finalist videos, will be shown on K-Learn over the next month. A special thank you to our 5 judges who spent many, many hours reading and rereading the nominations. It is no easy task. And then they came together to select the finalist for this, who would serve as this year's winner. I'd like these people to stand as I say their name to be recognized. Nancy Duncan, a recently retired Sioux Falls School District principal, an active member of the Sioux Falls Public Schools Education Foundation. Nancy's over here. Tony Knorr, First Premier Bank and Sioux Falls Chamber of Commerce leadership, Sioux Falls 27 graduate. I'm not sure if Tony's in the room this evening. We have Sergeant David Osterquist, Supervisor of the School Resource Officers for the Sioux Falls Police Department. Jennifer Lohr, representing the Sioux Falls PTA. Jennifer's here. And Kent Elberty, our school board president. He drew the lucky number to have to read this year. Kent is joined tonight by School Board Vice President Todd Tolke and members Doug Morrison, Kate Parker, and Carly Ryder. So as we begin the recognition of our nominees and the announcement of our finalists, please welcome School Board President Kent Elberty.
It's the hardest work I've done all year. Since the Teacher of the Year program began in 1989, over 380 teachers have been recognized as nominees and finalists, and 26 of them have previously been named Teacher of the Year. These 26 outstanding teachers represent various backgrounds and areas of specialty, and each possesses effective teaching skills and a passion for the profession. Tonight's program includes the names and schools of all of our previous winners. A number of them were able to join us this evening. I invite these distinguished Teachers of the Year alumni to stand and be recognized as we honor your legacy. Thank you. Our school board vice president, Todd Tolke, and member Kate Parker will now introduce this year's nominees, and Carly Ryder and Doug Morrison will present the certificates.
Sure, I don't break this thing. Nominations and letters of support were submitted by colleagues, parents, principals, and students for the teachers we are honoring tonight. This support shows us clearly that they are dedicated to educating and preparing each of their students to succeed in our changing world. Nominees, as we read your name, please come up and receive a small gift to recognize your achievement. Connie Aberson, John Harris Elementary.
Kelly Allen, Harvey Dunn Elementary.
Susan Bull, Lincoln High School.
Michelle Claiborne, John Harris Elementary. No, sorry, Roosevelt High School, and she's not able to be here tonight.
Christine Dykstra, John Harris Elementary.
Kelly Erickson, Oscar Howe Elementary.
Tyler Fitz, Roosevelt High School.
Alexander Geraldo, Rosa Parks Spanish Immersion, and he's not able to be here this evening.
Bobby Greenfield, Robert Frost Spanish Immersion.
Jeremy Haas, Harvey Dunn Elementary.
Stephanie Hagee, John Harris Elementary.
Casey Halbersma, RF Pettigrew Elementary.
Tanya Hansen-Leinen, Rosa Parks Elementary. She's not able to be here tonight.
Kathleen Hofer, Patrick Henry Middle School.
Kimberly Horn, Laura B. Anderson Elementary.
Chris Ibis, Whittier Middle School.
Mackenzie Jones, St. Mary's School.
Lindsay Kuipers, Whittier Middle School. She's not able to be here this evening either.
LaFrance, Cleveland Elementary.
Aaron Larson, Garfield Elementary, also not able to be here this evening.
Karen Lechtenberg, Cleveland Elementary.
Doña Lupita Luke, Washington High School.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Dean Marty, Challenge Center, and he's not able to join us tonight.
Sheila Pike, All City Elementary.
Amy Shander, Washington High School, also not able to be here tonight.
Dr. Sandra Schlenker, Washington High School.
Don Siegel, Robert Frost Elementary.
Robin Starks Holcomb, Roosevelt High School.
Cammie Vanderbush, John Harris Elementary.
Jamie Van Sloten, Washington High School. Please recognize these teachers again for their outstanding service.
And now for our finalists. Each of our 6 finalists has a unique perspective on their mission and what it means to be a teacher. Let's take a few minutes to listen and watch as we learn what has inspired them to teach and impact others.
My name is Gretchen Johnson. I teach at Cleveland Elementary and I teach physical education class.
I'm Stephanie Haynes. I teach at George McGovern Middle School in the Middle School Immersion Center, and I teach reading and language arts.
My name is Lenny Davis, and I teach K-5 vocal music at Garfield Challenge Center.
I'm Lynn Thomason, and I work at Lincoln High School. I teach Latin, and then I also work with the online English classes in the Learning Center.
I'm Dar Steenholt. I get to teach at the CTE Academy, and I'm the Human Services instructor here.
I'm Allison Terhorst, and I teach at Washington High School. I teach Psych 1, Psychology 2, and Advanced Placement Psychology.
I actually talk to the classroom teachers at each level and try to get one thing that they're doing incorporated into movement and PE. They tend to grasp it more if they're learning it in more than one place. And then with movement, it can kind of sink in a little bit more for certain kids. And then having it just twice a day is better than once a day. I like to be able to know each child. Very hard, but if I am outside at recess duty or outside in the hallway, I like to say hi to them and make sure that they're having a good day. If they're down and out, I try to give them a hug or, you know, let's try a next step. What can we do better? I believe, though, if you have that relationship with that child, you're going to be able to do more things, teach them more, and then sometimes kids will follow other kids, and I want to do this, and they just enjoy behaving well. Yes, I get extra kids throughout the day. They earn it, or they come and help. They use their points to come see me. Sometimes they just need a break and they come in and hang out. And it also helps me with little kids because then they're a role model and they like to do that too.
This was my ideal job. I was so blessed to get it right out of the chute, but this is what I wanted to do from the start. A lot of our kids are refugees, which means that they come from systemic trauma, which is really hard. They're 11, 12, 13 years old, and they've seen things in their lives that no child that age should have to deal with. And so they do sometimes come with some emotional baggage and some really difficult situations, and that's the part where they just really need to be met with a lot of grace and love. But that is probably the most difficult part, is something we can't even control, is their history and their past. Being in refugee camps or living through wars it's quite challenging. I grew up in a very diverse neighborhood, and so that was kind of comfortable for me. I feel very comfortable among people who are different. And then I did my student teaching in Tanzania, and I was the language learner there, and so I just felt a passion for kids going through that situation of not knowing the language and trying to still learn. And so that really solidified it for me that this was the path that I wanted to follow.
I love Latin because it makes sense of everything. It tells me why there's QED in geometry. It tells me why there's AU as the symbol for gold in chemistry. It tells me how we get the concept of democracy. It tells me about art and sculpture and architecture and astronomy and history and politics and theology and philosophy. And so when a student gets the connection, and you can see it in their face because their eyes light up and their whole entire face lights up, that's the best part of the day, especially if a student has struggled to get that connection and then they persevere and they get it. That's really the best. We used to hear about reading, writing, and arithmetic. And now we hear about relevance, rigor, and relationships. And we have very solid data to show us that if the rigor's there and the relevance is there, but the relationship isn't there, that it has a very negative impact on student success. So as a teacher, why would I not spend a ton of my energy and a ton of my time into that R, that relationship R, that I know is going to have the biggest impact on my students' success?
And I think it's important also to realize that you have to believe in yourself first as a teacher, that you are capable of growing and improving. You have to believe that that growth mindset works for adults as well. And if you believe in yourself and that you improve your instructional practice and you can get better, then I think then I come every day believing that my students are capable of that as well. One of my big picture goals is that I create students that are independent of me. I think at the end of their 5th grade year, if they can say, Mr. Davis, we've got this, I don't need you anymore, then I feel like that I've done my job, where they're able to really take responsibility, take charge of their learning. So I like to kind of captivate my students. I like for them to really take pride in what they do and really be excited about coming to music. So we do a variety of different ways of learning about music.
My students know that I have 2 expectations. Do your best, make me proud. When we go on a field trip, all I have to do is stand up in the bus and they said, we know, make you proud, do our best. And so when we go shadowing or whatever we do, I'll just repeat that and they know they're kind of my standard rules. But I also enjoy telling the students, I learn something every day, and it's usually them that teach it to me. And quite often, I'll announce it to them. I didn't know that, thanks for sharing. I'll remember that. That's one of the things I'll probably learn today. And if I make a mistake, which I often do, I can tell the students, it won't be the last mistake I made, and it surely wasn't the first, but it might have been the first today, So I guess having fun with the kids is really, really important. I guess one of the biggest goals we thought is you got to find what makes you happy. If not, it's going to be a long 86,000 hours in your work life.
I really want them to be engaged. I just want them to, it's really hard for me, and I think every teacher has this, where you go home and you think, they were bored with that lesson, or they didn't like that lesson. But if you see like this spark, that you ignited something that they're interested in, that's what makes you come back for more, I think. Teaching is a profession that a lot of times in the general population is maybe looked down upon lately as, well, they get 3 months off or they complain too much. But I love what I do. I don't view this as a job, but I view this as something that I get to come to every day and be a part of, something that I'm a part of. And so with all that negativity aside, there isn't a place that I'd rather be than here, doing exactly what I'm doing. Teaching exactly what I'm teaching.
I would say working with coworkers is a huge part of your comfort zone, your success, your happiness as a teacher, and I do enjoy the smaller camaraderie of a school such as this. And we tend to intermingle because we've got students that we're trying to find a path for them. And so it's just really fun to work together with all of the different areas.
I think first and foremost that you have a love for students, that you really care about others, and I feel like working hard in your job, being nice and working hard.
Whatever their potential is, I just hope they can reach for the stars and get to that potential. These kids are our hope. You know, we need them to solve problems. We need them to make the world a better place. We need them and their skills and their knowledge and their technical expertise and all the tools that they have. We need these students to put all that to good use. And so I just see that hope and that potential every day when I look out into the classroom.
I think once people spend time in my room, they see why it's so rewarding. I mean, my kids have such a joy for learning. I don't have to convince them that education is a good thing. They're all very excited to learn, and I think that that is just so refreshing and really every teacher's dream. So if we have to get around a language barrier, then we get around a language barrier. But to have a classroom of kids who love learning is just really a special thing.
All those hugs I get keeps me coming back because I know that they need someone, and I like being able to give back to them and show them that they can do whatever they want to do in life. It is a great job. I love it and wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, we are very lucky to have those teachers and many others in our district supporting our students and our community as well. Finalists, as we read your name, please come forward to receive your gift and a voucher for $100 to use as you wish in your classroom. Stephanie Haynes, McGovern Middle School. Lenny Davis, Challenge Center. Gretchen Johnson, Cleveland Elementary. Dar Steenhold, CTE Academy. Allison Terhorst, Washington High School. Lynn Thomason, Lincoln High School. Congratulations again to all of our nominees and finalists. At this time, Board Member Doug Morrison and President Kent Elberty will come forward to make the announcement that we've all been anxiously awaiting.
Thanks, Carly. Nearly $75,000 has been awarded to outstanding teachers since 1989 due to the generous heart of Bruce Idy, owner of Vern Idy Motor Cars. Bruce understands that in a race of excellence, there is no finish line. Every step of the way, he stands ready to encourage and support the work of our teachers in our community. Our ongoing relationship with Bruce and Vern Idy embodies the spirit of the business-school partnership. Bruce is here tonight to share in this celebration of our teachers. He will help us present the award to our winner in just a few moments.
Well, this year I had the privilege of serving on the judging panel for the Teacher of the Year Award. As we studied the nomination and support letters, words, and phrases like this were used to describe our winner: mentor, communicator, collaborator, exhibits integrity, demonstrates wisdom and passion, great support, builds strong relationships, firm but fair, meets students' needs both in her classroom and out of it. At this time, I'd like to welcome Bruce Idy to come forward for the presentations while I offer a few more hints about our winner. The letters of support paint a vivid picture of the winner's devotion to students. While not a typical classroom teacher, the winner finds a unique way to reinforce what is going on in the classroom and is in constant communication with the classroom teachers to support the academic skill they are teaching in the classroom. The winner's principal says, through interventions, this finalist has been able to instill in our most fragile learners the ability to become an engaged learner. And someone who is aware of the winner's volunteer work is inspired by the fact that she picks students up on Saturdays, coaches them in Y-League basketball, and returns them safely home, says, "We are tremendously grateful for her leadership and her teaching." On behalf of Vern Idy Motor Cars and the Sioux Falls School District, I am proud to present this plaque. Let me get that. And a $4,000 check to our winner of the 2015 Dr. John W. Harris Teacher of the Year, to Gretchen Johnson. And now, as the winner of the John W. Harris Teacher of the Year, Gretchen can address us just like she does her students in PE every day.
I guess I don't know where to start other than thanks for everybody. I couldn't do it without my Cleveland staff. That is a given. Every day my teachers and I talk and we collaborate, but really it takes a village to do everything. And my Cleveland staff is pretty amazing. So I want to make sure that they know that. Thanks to my parents for coming and supporting me through my education and helping me and believing in me for what I do. So thank you very much.
You're not done yet. Well, on behalf of Vern Idy Motor Cars and the Sioux Falls School District and my great friend Pam Holman and everybody here, I want to congratulate you, Gretchen, and present you with a little token of our esteem.
Thank you very much. Thank
And that's not the real one. I have the real one over here. You don't want to leave the room without that one. But. So congratulations again. Nice job. I'm told by previous Teachers of the Year winners that your life changes a little bit, especially in this next year. So I hope you enjoy it very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gretchen.
Thank you.
You know, to think that Gretchen gets to leave tonight with a check for $4,000 with no strings attached. That is wonderful, thanks to Bruce. You know, we're at the conclusion of this evening's program, but I think it's important if we reflect on this evening how well it was orchestrated, from the invitations, to the room arrangement, to the music, to the order of which the evening flowed. I really would like us to recognize Deanne Conrad, who's standing in the back, who puts in a lot of time to make this happen. And I would say to each of you, as we listen to the video tonight, we listen to the words, we heard teachers say they felt blessed. We saw their passion, we saw their commitment, their determination. And I think it's important that each of you know you are the blessing. You're the blessing to so many students. And I would ask you forever to never let go of that passion, never let go of that determination, because each day a child is depending upon you, and you represent all of the other 1,700 in the district of our teaching staff. And you do it in such a fine manner. So please remember tonight's quote about, in the race of excellence, there is no finish line. And I ask you to never exhaust that passion you have within. Thank you.
I have a lot of cards, a lot of hugs, and just, you know, the thank yous, the congratulations, you know, high fives. We have a double class, so that means 2 classes going at one time. We were playing a game where they had to steal the beanbags, but however, if they got caught, they had to come to one of the teachers and say a sight word to be able to play again. So that's a way we can incorporate it. I try to do it weekly or every other week and see what they're practicing so that we can incorporate it. We're going to start with 4th grade doing fractions, so stuff like that, making sure every level we can get. I actually had a teacher at Washington High School who kind of got me into liking math and doing all that kind of teaching stuff, and so that's what I went into, and then I found the love of PE, so I'm giving back. She inspired me. She was a math teacher. She passed away from breast cancer, but she was took that time, that relationship, and took that for you, and just inspiration. Last night, it was fun. It was fun to meet everybody and to see everybody and all the different types of teachers. That was pretty cool to see, but it was nerve-wracking too at the end, and just kind of unreal still. But today's been a great day, and back at work and doing what I love to do. So I actually went to school through the district, so that kind of helps. When I got the job my first time getting in the district, I was a little nervous at first, but then they're very helpful in getting you to a teacher that will help you expand what you know. They're good role models for you, so that way it helps and it's a little bit easier. And then just that support from the up above and saying that you can do it, and it just makes the years have flown by. I can't believe 8 years is already 8 years. So, and thanks to the district for, you know, keeping me employed and helping me every step of the way. I actually just graduated last December with my master's degree in autism and leadership. So that was a way for myself to grow because I like to learn that stuff. We're also able to go to the national conventions for PE if we can take the time off and get out there and go. And in the state conventions as well, gives us a way to learn, and then we learn from each other a lot too. We collaborate about every other Monday. I take about 4 younger teachers that come over, and they're actually in their 4th year now, so their years are going by quick too, and we collaborate. What's working for you guys? What can I do for this? We have collaboration actually on Friday, and we're going to make up some academic stuff to go into their classroom as well. Cleveland's great. I couldn't do this without them, because you can't really do academic stuff unless you talk to them and collaborate and have that relationship with the teachers. And students see that as well. I think they see if, hey, you know, you get along with my teacher, that's cool, you know. And then they just see us talking and they kind of know that everybody knows what's going on. But Cleveland's a great school, great staff. You know, we all talk and try to figure out what we can do the best. Yeah, it's been great. The hugs from them and the knowing that they're supportive and I'm supportive of them, and just to get Cleveland out there, the name out there, and it's helped our school, helped our students go, we are a good school, we are something that people need to talk about. Oh, my basketball boys. Yes, we thankfully from the Dick Meyer Foundation were able to get shoes and get into the YMCA. I couldn't afford to get all of them in myself, so the Dick Meyer Foundation, Dal Dick Meyer had passed away, and he put a donation together, and they were eager to help. I think I said one thing, asked one time, and he paid, got new shoes for them, and it was pretty amazing for them to get all that stuff from them. And from the first day we played, because it's the first organized event they've ever done, till the last, it was amazing improvement. Their academics went up because they had to stay on track. They had to show that they could do both basketball and classroom. And that was the most important thing, is to see, you know, to show them that they can do it. That was fun. It's a lot of our kids, they just don't get the opportunity. And you can watch them in class and you know, hey, they have a little skill and they work well together, and let's just try it. And a lot of them wanted to play and ask the questions, and I tried to get 1 or 2 on his team, but the registration had closed, so I just thought, hey, let's just do it for everybody. Their first game, they didn't really realize, you know, what the whistle would do, just the basics of basketball they didn't know a lot of, so we had to go over that a lot. And then double dribbling and stuff like that. And then to also listen to, my dad had helped as a volunteer, to also listen to another adult to learn from the game was very good for our kids, because sometimes, you know, another adult comes in and they don't know how to respond to that. So that was fun to see them change with that. Every game they got better. They learned how to not double dribble. They learned how to pass to each other, how to see that, you know, I can get it inside and we can score better. A pass is just as important as a shot, and seeing that teamwork was something that was huge for me to see them growing. I enjoy the physical education department. I enjoy that, you know, we can all feel as one and we talk and we do all that. I enjoy that we get support from Dr. Holman and up above, and our principal does a great job. It's a good school to just, you know, teach and see how much these students want to learn. And I mean, I went through it and I loved it. So being able to give back is something that I enjoy. My students here love PE. They love to just be around and try hard. But I think we are going towards fitness-based, and we do that, and they know we do fitness-based activities. However, we also play the game because they need to learn how to play together. I think with collaborating with the other teachers makes people think, you know, you do more than just play a game. And that's what I want them to know. We do a lot, and we try to make sure our students understand that you can do many things and succeed in many different areas. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for my staff. I'm thankful for everybody. It's been unreal, kind of, because I just do my job. You know, I don't really do anything other than my job, and it's fun to see that people are like wanna do more of that. Put more education, academics into physical education, and I think it's important. That's a sign that, you know, they understand movement is important.